Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, gentlemen. So today, we welcome to this session of discussion based on the topic, should phones be banned from school? So this is a crucial topic that we all have been thinking about this topic, and there are many students all over the world who are willing to use phones in their school due to several reasons and all. And also there are many students all over the world who are not willing to use phones in their school due to many factors. So here we have distinguished group of members who are professors from India's top universities. So they will discuss about this topic and we can understand which will be better. So here we have Professor Fawaz, Professor Shammas, Professor Saif and Professor Akhtar. So let's begin, okay? Okay, are you comfortable? Any need of any water or something? Okay, so let's begin, okay? So first of all, we will start from Professor Fawaz.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I would like to discuss on the topic of whether the phone is actually needed or not. I think that the phone is partially needed as it is a branch of communication between the students and their guardians, and perhaps we can look into a way where we can put it in a lockup. If like we are going to class, then we can keep it there for the needful. Thank you. And
Okay, so Mr. Fawaz have contributed his idea. So now let's hear from Professor Saif.
Hello everyone. While I understand that concerns about distractions, I would like to argue that phones, when used appropriately, can actually enhance the educational experience for the students. They provide access for students access to educational apps, assistive technology, and a wealth of new information. So, banning the phone could hinder students from leveraging these valuable learning resources. Thank you.
Yes, I concur with panelist too, Mr. Saif. So in this today's digital world, the students should be taught how to use phone responsibly, because in the future generation, where it is a technology driven future, the students must learn how to use phone wisely, because it will encounter them in their higher education and their workforce. So rather than banning them upright, school should focus how to teach students to use phone responsibly.
I personally believe that smartphones should be banned on schools, because using of smartphone is often distraction, causing distractions in class. If students are distracted during the class, they cannot focus on their learning. And by banning the smartphones, we can create more focus and discipline and a conductive learning environment, so that students will be good in their studies and they also can get a good education.
well, like I said, phones are actually crucial for having a contact with our guardians in case of any dangers. And further, phones, like said by Professor Saif here, help the students learn more using the learning apps, and can help elevate the students from lower to higher grades in the school.
While learning apps and other resources are indeed valuable, but in reality, it's not used properly. Students misuse the usage of smartphone during the class. And if we have a responsible usage, until we ensure a responsible usage of smartphone, there must be a temporary ban to establish a discipline and a focus classroom. And students, we have to get an ensurement among this.
I agree that misuse is a concern, but let's not dismiss the potential benefits outright. Instead, we should teach the students how to use the phones responsibly, turning the phones into tools for growth rather than distractions.
Education is preparing student for future, and future includes technology. So banning phones is just a short-term solution. So instead of banning them, we should teach them how to navigate the digital world wisely and responsibly for the future real world.
Let's not forget about the safety concerns, and like when teaching about the usage of these phones, we can teach the students how to protect themselves and others along with it.
So, as all the professors have contributed their ideas, now let's go to the closing round. Let's start from Professor Akhtar.
In last, I would like to say that until we get that ensurement about the responsible usage, a temporary ban is necessary to establish or re-establish the focus and responsibility of usage of smartphone in classes. So until that, we need a temporary ban.
To conclude, I urge schools to harness the potential benefit of education through phones and teach the students how to use the phone responsibly. Banning phones could limit their access to valuable learning resources.
I too agree that the smartphones should be allowed in schools, because that only the tradition way is just being passed away, and the future technological era, the technological driven era is going to exist, where the future is completely going to be technological, and this education also should also keep pace up with technology. So it is necessary, and I conclude by saying that emphasizing the importance of teaching students how to navigate the digital world wisely and responsibly, so that they can keep pace up with their education in the future and their future safe.
In conclusion, I would like to conclude by telling everyone that, like everything around us, technology too can be used as a weapon or as a tool for us to advance, and it is we who choose what to do with it and how to use it.
Okay. Now, does anybody have to ask any questions to each other now?
Yeah, it is definitely a matter of question, because in the future where technology is the only hope, why don't we use and satisfy the starting now? Because the students have to learn from now, because in the future world where it is full of competitiveness, we will have to start our education from right now, and it is mandatory, it should be mandatory for all the schools to teach them to use the mobile phones or cell phones responsibly, so they can get a better view in the future.
Yeah, as Mr. Shamas said that we can use once we get the students who have passed, who have overcome this responsible usage, we can definitely use the smartphones in classrooms.
Okay. So now we have understood that which will be better and all. So we are going to conclude this session. We will bring this session next episode. Thank you.